Value migrations are, it's a long story. I mean, apart from large, it's a very long story. So, very near home, public sector banks to private sector banks.
Right.
But that shift's already played out, hasn't
What?
it? Not yet?
We are only 25%, 30% in private sector banks.
Okay.
And 70% is still with this so-called public sector
So
bank.
the business,
Yeah.
sort of from public sector banks to private
Yeah,
sector
and
banks
now,
is only half played out according to you.
One
yet.
third.
1/3.
And the best is still ahead. Last time you got, out of the 10 or 15 licenses which you are given, you got one HDFC bank, you got one Kotak bank, you got
Correct.
one, so many instant bank. So all these banks, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, these are the ones which are huge wealth creators. We are going to see, when HDFC Bank came, it got listed at $40. 200 crores was the equity in 96. For 800 crores, you could buy the entire bank. Okay, today the bank is 3 lakh crores.
Yeah, I know.
So what I'm saying is these kind of opportunities are going to come up. And what HDFC Bank did in 20 years, some of the banks are going to do it in 10 years.
I'm just a little concerned about where we are in the, sort of the asset cycle or the bad loan cycle.
The way we play is
Huh.
that we buy the banks which don't have these troubled assets. That's the only way to play it.
So you've said two things to us so far, Mr. Agrawal. You've said that you're expecting the large part of the shift from the public sector bank to the private sector bank yet to play out. You said 2/3 of
It's
that
playing out.
strategy
It's playing out.
is yet to play out, right?
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you're still telling us that many of these private sector banks, in fact, might not be disclosing the real status of
saying
their
anything. No,
assets.
I have not said anything
stick
on
to
that.
the safe banks. Don't
Yes,
buy now.
Because
So-
I'm an investor.
Okay.
I have a choice. I'm paying full price. I'm paying price to book 3, 4. I have a choice where to invest and where not to invest. I don't have to take responsibility of all the banks which are there. I need in 17 stock portfolio, 15 stock portfolio, I need 2 banks, and that's also not necessary to have a bank.
Yeah.
When I'm finding absolute pristine bank, pristine NBFC or housing finance company, then only I buy. It must be quality, growth, longevity at reasonable price.
Even an HDFC bank currently today stands under threat because of all the, what everybody calls fintech, all the technology changes we're seeing happen to the
That, of
financial
course,
and payments business, right? So when do you judge that, well, this has been a great investment, but it's time to get out?
In banking system, you make almost 1 lakh crore profit. So profit pool is very large right now because of depression in public sector banks. Otherwise, private sector itself must be making upwards of 30,000-40,000 crores. Okay, so this is a very large profit pool. So somebody has to show me that I have opened a digital bank and it is making 1,000 crores profit and it is looking to be the way to go. And it is a threat to HDFC Bank.